sure is greening up around here. Getting the pool ready for summer. Got the patio chairs, got the new deck. So, yep, things are looking good. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. And let me tell you what, it's been a long absence from my channel for the past 3 weeks, I want to say, at least, going on 4. Be almost 4 weeks time I post this video. But anyway, I've been doing a lot of traveling. Been gone for almost 2 weeks. Been down in the land down under, down in Australia for a couple weeks, visiting my daughter and her husband. And just got back here this past week, and time to get things started. Only bracket race one time this season so far. We got a race coming up here this weekend coming up, so I need to get that car out and get ready for it. Make sure it's in tip-top shape. Go through the carburetor because I accidentally left alcohol in it. So I'm going to go through it, empty it out, make sure it all looks good, get it started, make sure everything's running good and all that stuff. Make sure, you know, all that looks good. So typically I don't have that problems with the alcohol leading in there for a week or even 2 at sometimes. But anything beyond that, I get kind of worried about it. So anyway, but be on the safe side, so we're ready to go Sunday. I'm going to make sure I go through with it, empty it, clean it up real quick, put it back on. So with that, let's go ahead and get started. Get this trailer out, get that car over here. Yeah, know what this is? Lawnmower, right. Mowing season. Can't wait. Anyway, need to get this push out of the way so we can get the car in here. So anyway, let's go ahead and get started and see if we can get the problems resolved with the car. And more of that later in the video. Okay, the car's back in the garage. Just need to get it kind of centered here on the lift so I can check the nuts and bolts underneath it, make sure all that looks good. But more importantly, going to work on the electronics on it. That's right. Over the winter time, I rewired this whole car. I thought I had everything tested. At least it tested sitting here in the garage. Hey guys, I just want to reach out. Please subscribe to my channel. I need this channel to grow. Please subscribe to my channel. I need subscribers. I need people watching my videos. So please, if you do like the video, man, hit the subscribe button, hit that like button, and share if you can with this video to your other friends. I really do appreciate it. On with the video. The trans brake, click on it, no problem, that worked. The delay box, clicked on it, released the trans brake, no problem. The issue is when I get on the trans brake, it's supposed to lock the front brakes up and put me on the 2-step. Then release the button, still in the 2-step, everything's locked in place. The delay box takes control and releases. Well, when I get on the trans brake and hold it, and when I release it, it never gets off the 2-step, I think. So anyway, there's definitely something wrong with it. Even with my line lock I have, when I do my burnout, when I hit my line lock, it seems like it's on the 2-step, which is not correct. So I know there's something wrong with that wiring of it. I just need to figure out what the schematic I drew up for it and my old schematic, and trying to put these things two together and figure out what wire I got crossed somewhere. So anyway, I got to get this figured out before this coming weekend. I want to run the delay box for sure. Even though I did fairly good on the foot braking part of it, I really want to use the delay box. So anyway, it needs to be fixed, right? Whether I use it or not, it's not right, so it needs to be fixed as well. So that's what I'm going to try to do before the race coming up Sunday. So with that, let's go ahead and get the carb kind of pulled out and start diagnose the problem. I still need to go through the carburetor, make sure it's going to be okay. The fuel looks good in there and all that. It's got methanol sitting in there. It's been over 2-3 weeks now it's in there. So anyway, I might just pull it off and get that. And the other thing I probably need to get fixed is the 2-inch spacer that I put underneath the carburetor. it does not have a lean out on it right now. So during the colder months or colder mornings, we can throw the lean out on it, and it helps lean the motor out a little bit so we can build some temperature. It does not have a hole made for that. Anyway, so I might look on doing that as well. As you can tell, we're getting warmer months now, so the likelihood of you using the lean out is probably less and less, especially during the summertime. I very rarely use it at all during the summertime. Definitely toward the fall time. So if I don't get to it now, I get to it later. I'm not that worried about it. I'm more worried about the electronics than anything else. So anyway, let's get started. Okay, as you can tell, we got the car out. We got the hood off. So the next thing we're going to do is go ahead and pull the carburetor off. Check it out, make sure it looks good. If it looks all good, I'll probably pull the bolts off, just check inside, see if there's any gunk laying around, stuff like that. Give it a good once over, then we'll go ahead and put it back in, get the fuel up, check for leaks, and make sure we're good to go. So anyway, so let's go ahead and get that pulled off real quick, check that out. Then once that's all good, we'll start working on the electronics part of it. So anyway, got the charger on the back there just to make sure things are charging for the battery. So anyway, let's get started. Okay, carburetor's off, motor, and you can get a better look at the 2-inch riser that I am running now. And I reference to this does not have a port for the lean. Oh, don't want to do that. Okay, it does not have a port, just a solid port. I'll have to fix this real quick. This is just sitting here. Okay, this is the other riser I had. This is 1 inch, that's a 2-inch. But anyway, you can tell this has a tube. It goes into a valve that's inside the car and lets air pass through here, so it actually leans out the motor so we can build heat with it. So anyway, I need to get this taken off. No sense that this thing's just flapping around here in the wind, so I need to get this hose disconnect there and get this hole out of here so I can just start running this guy here. Running this is so much quicker than this one. Surprised me. If you don't believe me, look at the video. I tested this. I did back-to-back passes, and 2 passes were identical running this one. I put that guy in there and picked up 3 numbers. So yes, it is much quicker. It actually picked almost a whole mile an hour. So I'll be really curious if I run a super big manifold if it picks up even more. So but I'm really happy to see the results, at least with that. That's a fairly cheap thing to buy. So anyway, so we'll go ahead and get this taken off, get all this cleaned up. Not too sure if I'm going to drill a hole in that yet or not. Might just leave the tube back there for later on. But more importantly is to go ahead and work on that guy over there and make sure that thing's ready to go for this coming weekend. So let's get started. So much for a sunny day. Storms are brewing. Okay, got a quick victory here. Lean out, I forgot I had a port on the manifold and got the adapter put in there, so we're good to go. Don't have to worry about this ever again. I think the reason why I did not use this is because when I was testing manifolds, I was taking manifolds in and out, and I did not have to worry about disconnecting this all the time. So that's why it was on that 1-inch spacer we had. So don't have to worry about modifying that one, because I really did not want to drill that spacer at all, because in fact it'd be very difficult because it has 4 unique holes on it versus the other one with one big open spacer. So anyway, we got that knocked out. Carburetor comes next. Put it all back together. So here we go. Carburetor back on. So all we have to do next is check for leaks, but I won't do that just yet. I'm going to start working on the electronics part of it. So I'm going to start testing the line lock, the trans brake, the delay box, everything. Make sure everything's going good. At least when I do a button, it activates the correct circuit and all that stuff. So let's get started with that and see where it leads us. So strange. So when I activate the line lock, it activates the line lock plus the trans brake. Yeah, that's not right. So for some reason those two are tied together somehow. That's not correct. Well, boy, does that look pretty. Yeah, I had to tear the dash apart to trace some wires. I think I found what was wrong. The schematic is correct. Dummy me had one wire. Instead of coming off and going to the trans brake button, I ran it directly to the trans brake solenoid. So when I got on the line lock, it activated the trans brake solenoid. Okay. What should have happened is when I get onto the trans brake button, what I want to do, I want it to lock the front brakes up. Okay. So it keeps the car from rocking around. So basically, you get up there on the line, you hit the trans brake button, and as you put pressure on the pedal, will turn on the line lock. Then, of course, you relieve the trans brake button, it relieves the lock all simultaneously at the same time. And that also allows the car to go off to the delay box, okay? And it should keep that line lock on until the delay box releases it. So basically, once you get on the trans brake button, it locks it, you leave it off. It's still got power to the line lock. Then when the delay box releases the trans brake, it releases the line lock. Hope that makes sense. But anyway, had one wire rewired wrong. And it had to take the dash apart because I had to trace that one wire to see exactly where it's going. But I did find it. I am going to make a correction for it, and we'll test it here tomorrow if everything goes good. But gotta get the dash back together. Yeah, weather's changed. Really windy, cloudy, but I'm in shorts. It's 82 outside here. So yep, let's get in here, get this wiring fixed once and for all. Well, guess what? See that or not? It's all back together again. So, what I'm going to go ahead and, yeah, my light still works good. So, what I'm going to go ahead and get doing, I'm going to get the car started up. I already checked for leaks. I didn't see anything up there. It's a warm day up here. It's like 85, 86, believe it or not. At least that's what my, well, it might be, not be. It's around 80 degrees outside, 80, 82 or something like that. So, anyway, I'm going to try to start the car up here and see how it goes. Okay, go ahead and disconnect that. Pump a couple times, get fuel in it. Okay. What I'll do is, let me just turn it over, make sure it turns. I haven't turned it over since I got out of the trailer. So let me just bump it here a second. Okay. Good. Fuel pump. Ignition. Okay, let me turn this fan off back here. Methanol is hard on the eyes. Anyway, look like everything tested out okay. Line lock works, trans brake, all that stuff works just fine. So the real test will be tomorrow, or not tomorrow, tomorrow's Saturday, but Sunday, when we can take it up to the track, make sure it all works. So, I think I got that licked out. Got a lot of other little, had that gauge temperature swapped around, water temperatures on the transmission temperature, vice versa. but that's all taken care of now. Only thing you have to do is swap the tires. I'm not going to bore you with that. Anybody knows how to swap tires, so that should be fairly easy. The other thing I need to get on is a new GoPro mount. I'm going to put it inside the car. It's going to be camera facing. So I'm going to have my 360-degree camera sitting up there on the top. Then I'll have an in-car camera facing toward me. So this way I can probably do some talking while in the car and all that stuff as well. Kind of a little bit different, but anyway. But yeah, I'm pretty much done with this project. Okay, so with that, I am done. I'm out of here. Hope you enjoyed this little video. Like I said, it's not much. It's basically me fixing things. What's wrong with the car. But rest assured, I will have another racing video come out here in a couple weeks. When we go up to Mokan and Cambuck, I'll get that video cut and pasted as quick as I can. I'll post that up there online. But other than that, I'm done. Hope you like what you see. If you do, please hit that subscribe button. I really would appreciate it. Until next time.